For this lesson, open up the document joinaverage.ai in your exercise file. I want to talk about two features called join and average. Now, I've got two objects down here and a couple of strokes up here horizontal, two over here that are vertical. These shapes down here are separate shapes. What I want to do is, to the best of my ability, I want to put them together. I want to make one shape out of the two. Now, first off, down here, let me pick up my zoom tool and let's get really big and tight down there. What I need to do here, and they look pretty good already, but I need to move that point as close as possible to that one. As you can see, they look pretty much like they're right on top of each other. So I would use my arrow keys until I got them right exactly where I want them to be. I want Illustrator to weld those two pieces together exactly the way you see them. So to do that, pick up your direct selection tool, not your selection tool. Come over here and draw a marquee around those two. Now you want to be really careful here. If you didn't draw this, I drew it. I know how many anchor points are in this thing. But you can't do it with more than two. If there's more than two, it won't work. So I've got both of them selected. I'm saying weld those two together. Go up to the word object on the pull-down menu and go down to path and select join. Now watch what happens. Well, number one, it did put them together. It made one point out of them. Let me back down a little bit here. Notice that big white area is gone. Now, the reason it's gone is because these are one shape, but we still have one more problem. If I zoom into this area right in here, that part's still open. Now, what I want to do here is close it, but I can do this with join. If I do, it will create a straight line between the two, and I'd rather keep that kind of contour going. So what I'm going to do is pick up my direct selection tool, and let's go ahead and select these two. Now let me back this down so you can watch what's going to happen. Again, if I do a join, what's going to happen is it will join them with a straight line. If, on the other hand, I go to the word object and go down to path, this time I'm going to use average. Now in average, you've got, do you want to just change the horizontal to average or vertical? I'm going to try both. Keep your eye down here, and I click OK. See what it did is it maintained that curvature for me, and it closed the shape off. Join and average. Let me give you another demonstration of that. Two open paths here. I'm going to pick up my direct selection tool, and I'm going to select both of these, just on that side. I'm going to say object, path, join, and watch what happens. It joins them together. Do the same thing over here. Object, path, join. Now that one wasn't exactly perfect, but you get the idea. Now these two over here, let's select these two down here and tell the computer with object, path, that we want to average them. Now they're vertical lines. So we're going to say axis vertical and watch what happens. Now we could take these two up here, come back up to the word object, go down to the word path and say join, and cap it off. There you go. Join and average are excellent tools to bring different objects, well, together. On to the next.